got you.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. This guy.
Didn't drop anything, did you?
This is Cooking with Dave and Audie.
I'm Dave.
I'm Audie.
This is our second round. I'm tasting for our second part of blind tasting.
Got him 12 ingredients. Let's see how he does.
All right, son, I'm ready.
Yeah, you are. You're gonna curb stomp this test. For this ingredient, I chose corn tortillas.
Some earthiness to it, herbaceousness.
Yeah?
A little bit of sort of sweet aroma. That's weird. I'll tell you what it smells like. It just popped in my head. It smells like masa.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what is that?
It definitely tastes like corn. It definitely has some fat in it. It's definitely dry and crumbly with a really fine starchy texture. I have to say that's masa. Or masa dough.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to you. It's corn tortilla, which is masa.
Yeah, okay.
It's cooked. It's
Why
not
didn't
raw.
I think of it that way? That's dumb. Yeah. Stupid. Corn tortilla, that's stupid. Tastes like masa dough.
For this ingredient, I picked turnip, which is hilarious because he gave me turnip as well.
Okay, it's a root vegetable.
Yeah?
A little bit radishy. Okay, so it's crunchy. It's fresh.
Yeah?
It's moist. It definitely has that peppery, radishy flavor to it. I guess it could be small enough to just be a big fat red radish. My guess has to be a radish of some kind.
Very close.
Okay, well, sometimes I get radishy flavors from turnips and rutabagas and stuff like that. I don't think this is that.
We're gonna need an answer, buddy.
No, I can't tell you what that is.
That's turnip.
It is turnip? Motherfucker, I should have just said turnip.
Can you believe?
As a guess.
My next ingredient is granola-based cereal.
A little sweetness to the aroma there. And it kind of, yeah, I was gonna say something dried or roasted or something like that.
Yeah.
There's definitely some sugar there.
Yeah?
And a little of vanilla-y sort of a
Yeah.
flavor. There's a chunk of something sweet in the middle of that. Like, some sort of, glaze or frosting.
Okay.
Of some kind.
Yeah.
Might I have one more of those?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm thinking a granola sort of thing there.
Okay. Here's another
With
one
the
right here.
sugar and the crunch and a little bit of vanilla and that little bite of, there was a little something sweet. Has a little chunk in there. Yeah, there's several different bits and pieces of things.
Okay.
I'm gonna say something like a granola or like a breakfast bar, something like that.
That's fucking right on, dude. That's like a granola-based cereal. My next ingredient is coffee bean.
Oh, I smell coffee. Mmm. Wow.
That's the first thing I
Say that suddenly turned me on somehow.
That one,
There's definitely a dark roasted something to that,
yeah.
which reminds me of coffee. It's definitely coffee. It's like a freeze-dried dark roasted coffee bean, something like that.
It's coffee bean. Next is some delicious soft blue cheese.
Wow. Okay. There's a few things that come to mind with that smell.
Okay. Is this family appropriate?
Probably not, to be honest.
Okay.
How do you describe that? That's not. It's funky.
Okay.
There's like liveliness in it. Like there's been active sort of biology in this.
Okay. You picked that up from your nose?
Yeah. Salty, creamy. And that takes me straight to a fairly proper blue cheese.
Yes, sir, brother. That's exactly what that is. My next ingredient is lime.
Alright, there's some sweetness to this. Fruity, florally. There's a thick skin, pretty acidic, but there's some sweetness to it. Doesn't taste pickled or anything like that, so I think it's just naturally acidic. It might be sort of marinated or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm now not sure that it's not preserve of some kind or a pickle of some kind.
Right. I'm gonna need an answer, my
The
friend.
skin is nice and crunchy. The inside is soft. Okay, so the skin is what my mind is going to.
Right.
Seems like the skin of like a pepper or something like that. It's
Right.
like fairly tough. There's no spiciness to this whatsoever. I want to say it's probably pickled or preserved with acid.
Okay.
There's a slight bit of bitterness to it. There's also just a hint of sweetness to it. I don't know if that's from the brine, if there is one,
Yeah.
or if that's from whatever this is. That's
Yeah.
probably a fruit or vegetable of some kind. I mean, it's almost definitely that. Yeah, it's sour, but it's not a traditional pickle like a cucumber or an onion or something like that. I would say this. I'd say it's a piece of produce. It's brined in an acid brine. That's about all I can tell you about it. It's got a thick skin and sort of a softer flesh.
That is Supreme's diced up of lime. That son of a bitch gave me guava last time. I don't cook with guava. I probably tasted it a couple of times. So I'm gonna give it to him and see if he can pick it out. I'm sure he can.
Fruity, some sweetness, floral for sure. Seeds make it tough. It's definitely not what I thought at first.
What were you thinking at first? It's not a guess.
I was
but
thinking
like,
a stone fruit of some kind.
Yeah.
Is kind of what was on the nose.
Yeah.
Feels like the skin is still on. I think I know what you're getting at here, Audie. It's definitely not something I cook with a lot. I don't think, not with seeds like that. Being a whole fruit like that, but having such hard seeds on the inside.
Yeah.
And it's light, a little bit sweet, a little bit of, tiniest bit of acidity. Soft on the inside, near the seeds, firmer on the outside. Only one other thing I can think that sort of comes to mind, and I'm almost sure it's not that.
Okay.
I'm almost positive it's not kiwi. Okay. I don't have any better guess, so I'm gonna say guava.
It is guava. This next ingredient is a little tricky. This is nori.
There's a bit of seafood, saltiness, oceany, sort of a, definitely a saltiness, umami, and the smell kind of reminds me of crab, and it feels like fish food. I got a really good guess right off the bat. Definitely seafoody, oceany flavors and smells.
Right.
Feels like fish food. It's papery in your mouth, which makes me think of like nori,
Yeah.
which comes in papers or pastes, which is like an algae. And that's my guess. Yeah, it's nori.
I think that's an excellent fucking job, David. That right there is seaweed.
Seaweed? Yeah.
Yeah, nori. It's nori paper. It's
Yeah.
meant for sushi.
I'm pretty sure it's algae though, not seaweed. I might be wrong.
You could be right about that. This is dried sweetened cranberries.
Soft, a little bit sticky, like something dried maybe. It takes me to the right spot. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, okay, it's a dried fruit, kind of raisiny, craisiny,
Yeah.
and so I'm trying to discern what fruit. And so it's a little bit musky, but that might just be from like the drying process.
Right.
Like it's older than a fresh fruit.
Right.
There's not any big seeds or like skin that makes a difference on my palate. It's tough, blindfolded. So I think it's a raisin or a craisin. And just based on absolutely no bitterness whatsoever and more sweetness than I would normally associate with a cranberry, I'm gonna say it's raisin.
Yeah, that's not right.
So it would have to be then a dried cranberry, a craisin.
That's right.
Yeah.
My next ingredient is sardines. Bone, head, everything.
It could be a few things.
Okay.
There's one that's probably most definitely it.
Okay.
It's canned, preserved, packaged, like pre-cooked and jarred fish. So it could be sardines, something like that. It's definitely not anchovies.
No?
It says to me though tuna fish.
Yeah, that's not right.
If not right,
No.
There's no salt to it. Normally, like, you get sardines and they're super salty.
Right.
Not like anchovies, but not tuna fish isn't as salty as sardines. And it doesn't taste like salmon or something like that.
Okay.
I don't even know if you could get that.
Listen, dude, you've already hit it a couple times. Your guess
So-
was
If it's not tuna fish, then I would guess it's sardines. Then.
that's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. The last blindfold video that we did, I kept calling everything kiwi, and so I thought I'd get him some kiwi.
Yeah, definitely not much smell. Soft. Moist. Sweet. There's some crunch to it. Seems fresh.
All my fruits and vegetables are fresh.
There's a texture there that's weird. I immediately think it's a fruit. I don't taste a whole lot of other stuff going. I mean, it's not like florally or grassy or
No.
this texture reminds me of something that I just don't think you could get.
Okay.
It reminds me of the inside of a dragon fruit. I don't think you could get your hands on that.
You don't
May I
know
have
where
one
I
more
shop.
slice?
You don't know where I shop at.
Okay. Now I think I'm onto it. Alright. Yeah, that threw me off a little bit. I may not be right. I'm gonna guess though, kiwi.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
This ingredient is tomato paste. Your final ingredient, sir.
This is the last one.
Yes, sir.
I hope this is surprising. There's a funk to that. Not necessarily blue cheese funky. And I don't think it's fermentation funky. That might be a condiment of some kind. Or paste.
So what is that?
Tastes awful.
You don't like it?
No.
That's just so shocking to me.
It tastes like the bottom of someone's sweaty foot.
I don't know if that's a fair way of
Like
describing
if you
that.
took my work boots after
Yeah.
I get off of work
Uh-huh.
and you licked the inside of them right
I
when
don't
I take
think
them
that
off.
tastes the same way, no.
That's what it tastes like to me.
You wanna...
Okay, so here's what I do get. Very strong flavor. Not salty, not sweet. Lots of umami. You know, after saying that, there is some sweetness to that.
We need an answer.
Okay, this is definitely not something I work with. I can't even tell if this is one ingredient or a bunch of things. And there's a lot of umami in it, which makes me think there may be other, like soy sauce or mushrooms or something in it like that. I don't have a good guess for this, Audie. I can say for sure there's a tiny bit of sugar in it. It's super umami. I have no idea, based on its texture, what it is, because it's more like a gel or a paste than like a sauce.
Right.
I don't know, couldn't tell you.
That's tomato paste.
Wow.
All right.
All right, how did we do?
So you said masa dough, and this is corn tortillas.
masa dough,
It's
yeah.
masa dough, right? Missed on the turnip, which I think is hilarious because you
Crazy.
just gave me turnip.
I gave you turnip. We gave each other the same variety of turnip.
Yeah.
And I tasted the turnip when I was preparing it for you to taste.
Right. The granola cereal you got
Coffee beans.
obviously. You just smelled it.
Yeah.
And was like, there you go. Kind of the same thing with the
Blue cheese?
Blue cheese, although this blue cheese
Oh, you left a little rind on there too, huh?
Dude, I've been eating this the whole time you've been tasting. I love this blue cheese. This is the lime,
Totally
right?
whiffed on that.
But it
That's
again,
sort of embarrassing a little bit. Lime.
I think this whole
I got nori. I
right.
think that fucking lime.
But I think that's the whole point of this exercise.
Guava?
Which was kind of a sneaky pick because you gave me guava last time.
The nori
Nori?
Went right to, I identified, my brain went right to the final thing pretty quick.
Craisins, right?
Yeah, threw me off a little bit at
Lightly
first.
sweetened, right? You thought raisins because they're sweet. And
Yeah.
these are sweet.
And I didn't get any
cranberry.
bitterness from it at all.
Sardines broken up. Thought they were tuna. Ended up being sardines.
Got the kiwi.
Got the kiwi. And tomato paste.
Yeah, that was a total fail. That's surprising. That's the most surprising thing I've tasted blindfolded. So what did I get? I got
9 out of 10.
9 out of 12. I missed the
9 out of
lime.
12.
I missed the tomato paste, and I missed the turnips. Yeah.
Is your vision?
It's hard to
with that?
communicate how different it is. It seems easy to identify what's going into your mouth when you're looking at it. When you can't see it and all you can do is taste and smell and feel, sometimes your mind takes you in the wrong direction, and then there's no going back in the right direction from that.
This was absolutely a blast to do. We hope you enjoyed it. This is Cooking with Dave and Audie.
I'm Dave.
I'm Audie.
We love you. Have an awesome day.